Yo, she tossed 2 moves at yo.
I know Jada Fire's still bad, bro. Ain't no way she not, bro. She was fired when she was doing the dude.
Hey,
I
tall
can handle
boy.
that, boy. Come here, nigga. Oh!
I thought you could handle it. Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, nigga. That means you were talking shit, nigga.
You want some?
But hey, how y'all doing tonight, though?
Good, bro. How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm well.
Today actually wasn't that bad at work today. As I thought it would be. Cause last Sunday was just a fucking hell. This Sunday it was pretty chill.
But yeah, this go around. I had lost the stream keys. Wouldn't let me stream. I think the monitor is his own fucking audio input, so it's fucking me up. Bad thing is I had everything ready on time, but then this shit happened. But you know, technical difficulties.
It happens, bro.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, just always, you know, I'll just run with it. I can hear y'all. We can talk. Let's talk about today's topic. Today's topic is Black Wukong. Let me stop. But that's the game I'm playing. Let me go ahead and switch to Black Wukong.
Cloudy Judgement, right?
Yeah, Cloudy Judgment, man. Who wanna explain the topic? Basically, a person that's just bad for your spirit. How can you tell if a person that you hang with bad for your spirit? They bring you down. They make you think negative thoughts. They're just a toxic individual overall.
It's plenty of ways to figure that out, but at the same time, it can also be very hard to figure out who's bad for you, because especially when y'all both have the same mindset, because you could be just bad for each other. And you just interconnecting of bad energy. Specifically, a good example, trauma bonding. It could be it could be good because you share similar experiences, but it could also be bad because y'all share the same trauma, and it could lead to just bad energy spreading onto other bad energy.
What if somebody that you barely know though, or what if somebody that you do know, or like a family member,
But
and
even
you can't
then,
get
yeah,
away from? You can't get
that'd
away
be
from.
that'd be the. What do you mean you can't get away from? Like they're your parents or something like that?
It can either be your parents, your siblings. It can even be your spouse sometimes. Like this whole topic, basically like, hey, you hang with somebody, and you just trying to figure out the red flags. Just be like, hey, this person just dragging me down to hell. How can I deal with that?
How can you deal with it?
How can you deal with it? What are the red flags? And honestly, just those two. How to deal with it, and what are the red flags?
I mean,
The person just bad for your spirit.
I feel like you have to identify that person is bad for your spirit in the first place. I feel like identifying the problem, or maybe, you know, if it's that person or you, identifying that first will give you clarity on what moves you make next.
That makes sense.
Because if you think the person is not bad for you, then you're gonna keep hanging with the person regardless of who they are. It could be something your friends might see and you don't see it.
That's a kicker.
It's really hard. It's really hard. Sometimes it's really hard because the person that could be rooting for you and in your corner could actually be the person that's actually against you. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you can't tell. There's like factors that, you know, I think tie into it, like love. You could be so blinded by love and stuff that you ignore all the red flags of who they are because you want to be with them so bad, and you feel like, you know, after a while you can change them because you're treating them well or doing good by them. You're showing them something different. But the thing is, you know, no matter what you show somebody, the traumas they have can still reflect on you, and they could throw all those traumas still on you, regardless of what you do, because, you know, healing is within self first. So if they're not willing to change and not willing to heal themselves, then it doesn't matter what you do, they will always be that person. They have to want to change or be better. You want them to be better is not going to change them.
Well, the person want to be better, man, but you know, just the outlook on life is just shitty, though.
But then they don't want to do better. Man. You gotta have a better outlook on life if you want to do better. You gotta like if they really better or whatever, like you say they are, then they shouldn't have such a shitty outlook on life.
And then what if the person don't even have bad intentions whatsoever? What if the person just straight up just kudos, like a good person, but you just realize like, damn, all the pressure just getting on your back because of this one person.
I mean, if you're a friend, you would tell them, right?
Yeah, you'll tell them.
Identify the problem and tell them, and then at that point it's up to them whether they want to change or not. Now, if they're still doing the same thing after you tell them, like, hey, you know, this is what I would like you to do, you know, make our relationship better or whatever, and they decide to like say, no, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want. And, what can you do at that point, you know?
We got Gator and Phil up in here. They co-hosting for the day, and Jordan.
No.
Pop up in here.
I'm not co-hosting.
You ain't co-hosting. You just here.
I'm just here, dog.
Yeah, because I would like to hear your opinions about the nature or Ant.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, didn't you have a cousin?
Not even that, bro. I got plenty of scenarios, bro.
I actually got a scenario, and he's dealing with a cousin.
Who's the cousin?
I don't know if you want to get into it first, or you want me to give you my perspective.
Let Ant perspective in that. Now I do mine, because you feel like the person rooting for you, but you be like, well, damn. This man praying on my downfall.
So my last situation.
Okay.
Not to keep harping on her, like, but you know.
You won't have to say no names.
No, I'm gonna just say my ex.
You don't have to say no names, dog.
Cloudy judgment.
Cloudy.
Very cloudy judgment. I tried to see through the faults, see through all the bullshit, you know, making up excuses like I used to. You know, I already said this, but just the overall situation was just like this is coming from a person who can't really read the room too much, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I cannot read unless you tell me like what's going on with you, right? I'm not a mind reader. I'm not nothing. I'm not really good at picking up on signals. None of that shit. Like, I try to go in with an open mind. But in terms of that situation, like I really did not see anything. And it was a cloudy judgment on me because I tried to see past the mental health and all that shit. And not knowing that at that time it wasn't just the mental health, it was also her. Like, there were points where, like, you know, she would tell me shit or tell me how she really feel, and I thought it was like, at that point I thought it was like on some like, nah, she don't really feel this way, you know what I'm saying? But then I realized, okay, this is not really just like the mental health saying this shit, this is you too. This is how you really feel. It's just like with how they say it, a drunk person speak what the mind is full of.
No,
That's
drunk
what
man tells no tales.
that's what he said.
Well, it's something what a drunk man or somebody who's
A
drunk.
drunk man tells no tales, tells no lies. When you're drunk, you tell it and you say what you really feel.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty much what the situation was with that came with that. But yeah, it clouded like all the love and shit. Like really clouded my judgment. Like the love I had for her and stuff like that. It clouded my judgment. Like it were plenty times where like even y'all tell me like, hey, bro, like you need to look into this shit, bro. Y'all boys, you need to like actually see the shit for what it is and not for who the person she is.
Yeah. I had to figure
Like,
that out
yeah.
too, buddy. And I feel like like I said earlier, yeah, like things like love cloud your judgment because you want to be there for that person and do so much for that person, and you're like,
Right.
if I show them something different than what they're used to, they'll appreciate it and want to change and maybe feel like, oh, I don't have to have this certain response to this because this person actually cares and is there for me.
Right.
But it doesn't always work that way because if they're not willing to change or see that, then it doesn't matter what you do, it's never gonna be enough. And then you end up sitting there the whole time, trying to prove yourself to somebody and show them something different that they're not ready to see yet.
But with that though, I feel like
You couldn't get away from it.
if that person don't really trust you fully, like
Hmm.
you kind of got to give them some time to like actually conjure up that trust.
Yes.
But then don't be in a relationship with me then.
I mean, you can be in a relationship, bro, and still
Well,
have somebody not really. That's why I said give it time.
I don't even think it's
Yeah, you
that
can't
on.
think it's
That on.
You can't do
Black
that.
and white
You shouldn't
either.
do
Black and
that.
white
That's why you shouldn't jump. That's why you should jump into a relationship. You should take your time and know the person, learn them, learn what they do for you, learn to love, learn to trust that person, and then it's like, okay, I'm ready to actually move forward in our relationship and actually make us official or whatever.
It's not just
whatever
that
the
simple
case
though,
may
bro.
be.
Yeah.
It's just not that black and white, bro. It's just not that simple because a person can say they trust you all they want, bro.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
they
but that's what I'm saying. It is that simple. It's like you don't always have to believe what they say. It's the actions that prove it what they really mean. Because you could say no too. It ain't just that person. It takes two people to agree to a relationship, and it can be that simple. People like to make it difficult, but it's really not difficult. Life and anything else is very simple. People make it difficult. People want it.
Well, a relationship is hard work, to be fair.
It is hard work, but it doesn't. But that's the thing. It doesn't have to be. It could be simple. It could be good if that's what both people want. But sometimes it's not the case.
I guess you. Let me.
But then
People
it's
are
not
not.
easy.
People are not. People are not prone to wanting something good. They say they want something good, but when it's there, they don't know how to handle it because they're not used to it. Like I said, like relationships are difficult, but they don't have to be. If people are willing to, and it's the hardest thing ever, like people aren't willing to accept something good because they don't feel they deserve it. So when they get it, they self-sabotage it.
Okay.
And that's what makes the shit difficult. But like I said, it doesn't have to be. But if somebody's willing to accept, like, hey, this person actually cares about me, this person actually is doing good for me, and he's good for me, yada, or she's good for me, or what, yada yada yada, she's making my life better, then the person has to be able to accept that. But if a person ain't ready to accept that, then the relationship's not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna be back and forth fighting.
Okay. Well,
People have to when it's different, when it comes to like relationships, even like when it like friendship, because friendship is a relationship, when it comes to any kind of relationship or whatever, both people have to accept that like it's not just you anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not just you. And then another person is a whole different factor and they have characteristics and things that might be different from yours. But you have to be able to accept that person and be like, okay, despite what I've been through in my life, whatever. This person is showing me different. This person is good to me and means well. I need to be able to accept something good in my life and accept that I deserve something good in my life and I deserve to have this. But some people, like I said, don't believe they deserve to have it, and that's why they self-sabotage it.
Okay, I
People
see
don't,
that point.
they don't believe they deserve happiness, even though it's right there in their face. Why not? You're a human being. Everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves a good life. But some people don't see it that way. Their trauma won't allow them to see it that way.
Okay. Anybody else?
Okay. Well, and I've heard everything everybody said.
Okay.
One thing I will say, more importantly, is like Kevin said, oh, the happiness is right there in front of their face and they can't accept it. Well, sometimes you got to accept that you may not be the happiness that they need. It may be something else that they're needing. You may not be it.
That's
So
true.
I've seen this before and heard it all before again. Sometimes your people are not the happiness that you're trying to give them. They need something else that you cannot provide. So it's not always about, well, I'm giving you everything. Well, maybe they don't need that from you. They need something else. And I think that's what people make that mistake as well, by thinking I'm doing everything for you, so I'm the best thing for you. No, you're not. That's not always the case. It's not always the case. And more importantly, I disagree with relationships and things are not hard. It is. Mainly for the reasons that you said. You don't know the person all the way. You
Well,
don't
that's what
know
I'm
that
saying.
person all the way.
Like,
You don't know
I
what
know
they're
it's like
feeling.
what I'm saying is like I know it's hard, but it doesn't always have to be. Is what I'm saying. It
I've
doesn't
never
always
seen
have to
anything
be.
that you want in this world that just comes easy. It takes work. And if
It
it
does
takes
take
work,
work.
then it's not easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be some things. Any relationship is going to have turmoil. It's going to have things that go wrong. So nothing's ever going to
Yeah,
be easy in a
yeah.
relationship.
It's not gonna be perfect or whatever like that. But if you understand that person and you understand yourself, because sometimes, like you said, like you said it like, okay, you can't be you probably not the happiness for that person, which is true. But maybe they actually just need like help, a different way, something that a relationship can't mend, or something, whatever you, no matter what you do, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to mend it because they have to fix themselves too and love themselves. And I feel like you can't expect anybody to love you and you don't even love yourself. But then again, there's also people that go through life never understanding what love is, and that's another thing. You can't really love yourself if you never experienced love before.
I
And
disagree.
I don't mean that in a romantic way. I meant that like in just loving yourself in general, unconditional love. Some people go throughout this world not even getting unconditional love. So I feel like for some people that feel that way, it's hard for them to love themselves because they don't even know what that really truly means based on their experiences. I feel like some people just don't understand what that means, and so when they do get it, you know, they act crazy because they don't know how to handle it. They never experienced it before, so it's something new to them. And human beings don't like new things, or stepping outside of their comfort zones. It scares them. I think all humans have that issue where it's like, we get to a point where like shit scares us and it makes us very uncomfortable. And people don't like to be uncomfortable. People like to be comfortable. So
Word.
One thing I've always said before: if you can't take the time to love yourself, you'll never be able to love somebody else.
yep,
Mm.
And that's one thing I've always said.
I agree.
Now, two, is this: when I see people, when it comes to, and I feel like we just got way off subject, but um, but I feel as though as well when it comes to this too, just because you yourself, you're in a relationship, you feel like you're the person, that's the person for you.
Mhm.
You may not be the person for them, like I said.
Mhm.
Everybody there, and I believe there's somebody out there for everybody, but maybe you're not the person for them. You may feel like you're the person for them. You may feel like they're the person for you, but does not mean they are the person. Excuse me. Does not mean you're the person that's going to complete them. Everybody's going to find that someone that's going to complete them. It's like yin and yang together. You take the bad with the good with the bad. However, not everybody that you meet or that you seem to like is going to be for you. It is your job as an adult to take the time to analyze and figure out those people instead of
Yeah.
jumping into something. Because when you jump into something, and you got a hard time getting out of that shit. And then when you have a hard time getting out, then that's when your insecurities, that's when your mental, that's when your heart becomes hardened. That's when things become difficult. You got to take the time to learn somebody.
Yeah.
Just talking to somebody for a few days don't mean you know them. Hell, I've seen some people, you could talk to them for a whole year, don't mean you still know them.
Yep. That's why, and that's what I was like trying to get at too. Is like, like you said, yeah, that's another thing. Jumping into stuff so fast, like you got to really get to know the person because, like, when you first meet somebody, you ain't dealing with the real them. You dealing with the representative, bro.
Rose tinted glasses. That's
You
what it's
looking at, you
called.
dealing with a brochure. You think it's blue skies and sunny times and clear water, but it's really not. That's just what they want to show you because nobody wants to go and get to know somebody and show them that they're awful.
Yeah, show the bad side.
Well, you don't really
Yeah.
know somebody until you live with them.
Oh yeah.
That is right.
I have learned that.
I learned that twice, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Damn, that's crazy. What'll be the red
And
flags?
that, and that's
Red
like,
flags.
and that's been my like thing too. Like even with in my own experiences, like my bad judgment. I have bad judgment because I'm a person I'm very lovey dovey and like I fall fast and I fall hard. And when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. And I look past with my own faults. I look past their faults to because I'm like I'm gonna try to treat them the best I can to I look past the red because I'm in love with them. I look past all the red flags, everything. And that's what put me in situations that end up I end up fucking myself up. I fall in love fast, and on top of that, I'm always wanting to help somebody and shit. And yeah, it bites me in the ass.
Excuse me.
What you smoking on there, man?
Smoking on that good stuff, bro. That good stuff.
What's the name of that good stuff?
Like Phil said, gotta get to know somebody.
I agree.
And I just say like the major red flags.
Yeah, what are the
I
red
feel like
flags?
the major red flags is just like your boundaries. Breaking your boundaries. That person that's willing to break your boundaries that you have set,
Mm-hmm.
or get mad when like you're like, hey, I didn't like that. Can you not do that ever again? And they get mad like, what you mean you don't like that? All this and that. So they don't respect your boundaries. That's a big red flag right there.
Sounds like projecting.
Wait, what?
I say it sounds a little like projecting, but that's it. That's all I said.
No. Why does it sound like projecting? It's just like you got
Because
boundaries that
mostly sometimes when like people have boundaries and they get mad at other people's boundaries, they're kind of projecting.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see
yeah,
what you're saying now. Okay, I see what you're saying. But I'm just saying, like like yeah, they got boundaries, but then they'll break yours, but then they'll get upset when you break theirs. Shit
right.
like that. No consideration for the other person.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah.
think another red flag too would be, doing shit outside your character. Like I said, breaking them boundaries.
Yeah.
Let's just saying, like, you a sweet person, probably never would hit anybody, and this person actually would break you to the point where you actually smack somebody, and you like, bruh, I didn't mean to do that. Like, hey, and
Situation I've been in. That right there.
yeah, you be like, you probably be a person that you never hit nobody in your life, but this person right here was like, damn, they broke you to the point where you actually did something outside, that you actually broke your character. And
Me,
I've definitely
for sure.
done that.
and
That's for sure.
Definitely done that.
and testing your patience. And
Yeah.
and you just sitting there, you like, but damn, where do we go from here? and sometimes that's the hard part.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not easy to separate yourself from that particular person, but you got to.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Yeah. Like separating yourself. It's hard, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard, especially when you've poured everything you have into something, and to just like you don't want to throw it away because you just invested so much and you want it to work out so bad, but then you have to learn to accept that it's just not going to work out. It's just not, like Phil said, you're not the person for me. I'm not the person for you. I can't give you the happiness that you want. The same thing, you can't give me what I want, and and once two people accept that, like, oh, it's okay.
People not gonna like what I'm gonna say with this, probably, but I'm gonna say it because I don't care. When you find that out and you stay in it, that's nobody's fault but yours.
Yours, yep.
That person has given you everything, every sign in the world that you should leave me alone, and you still go for it. You don't have nobody to blame but yourself.
Yep.
Because at that point, how much do you love yourself that you will keep putting yourself through that situation? How much do you care about your own damn self? Like, at some point, you've got to realize, all right, you show me this. When we say red flags, what's the number one red flag that y'all have in a relationship? The number one thing.
Trust issues? No.
Yeah,
Trust issues.
Trust issues.
Now, Kwame said trust issues, right? That's Kwame. That's yours too, Kevin?
Yeah, trust and
Now, if you have given me no reason to trust you whatsoever, nothing do I trust, why are we still doing this and why are we still in this situation? Because if I don't trust you, then I know damn well you don't trust me. So why do we still put ourselves in stuff like this? Why can't we separate that? Because yeah, everybody keeps saying love this, love that. Well, I hate to break it to you. In order for a relationship like that to work, in order for any relationship to work, trust has to be one of the communication and trust has to be the two main things that you have. And if you lack in one or the other, it's not gonna work. It goes hand in hand. Trust and communication, it goes hand in hand. So at the end of the day, if you see that person and you know you can't trust them, why? And I'm asking the question: why do you still put yourself through that? For what?
because outside of that, and I feel you, I understand exactly what you're saying, but then you have to throw it like, and you're speaking logic, real logic, but some people don't do logic. Some people act on their emotions. It's like, I love this person. The person, I feel this way about this person, regardless of what they're doing. I know that that they're doing this and that and the third, but maybe through showing that I love them and sticking it through, that maybe they'll change. That's what people expect, and that's the thing about humans. Don't, when it comes to those type of things, don't be thinking logically. And I'm a victim of that myself. Like, sometimes I put my emotions above thinking logically, and it ends up fucking me, and I can't blame nobody but myself. It's not like I'm blaming people, but that happens. Humans are emotional creatures, and emotions get in the way of sound logic.
Okay. So emotions, correct? As you said, and love is what? An act of
Of
an
emotion.
emotion, correct?
Hmm.
Well, how much do you love yourself that you keep putting yourself through that? Yourself, not the person.
Hmm.
Because you got to love yourself. As we said before, you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. So,
Yeah,
how do you put that on yourself knowing it's going to bring harm and lean to your soul and still sit
because
there?
because people don't love themselves as they say they do.
Then,
They
how
put
the hell can you be in a relationship if you don't love
they put
yourself?
their they put it's not that they don't love themselves, it's that they put their love for others over the love they have for themselves, and they're willing to sacrifice the love of how they feel about themselves, their boundaries, to get the love they want from that person.
Well, at that point in time, we just said, and we're going to double back because what Kwame just said again, because it's going back full circle. And I want you to see where I'm going here. If that is the case, right?
Hmm.
Kwame said it earlier. If that's the case, why are you sacrificing your morals and judgment for that person? Remember, morals, remember, boundaries is something that should be respected in a relationship, right? And it should
Yep.
be respected throughout life when it comes to friends, family, whoever. If
Hmm.
they are making you change those morals and change those boundaries and still have given you nothing,
Hmm.
why do you continue to deal with it? Those are those are all the red flags right there.
Yeah,
Nothing has
people
changed.
people just do.
And see, that's why I have a problem with the just
People just
doing
do.
instead
Yeah,
of thinking and being mindful of things.
because
Because
what's
one
given
thing
by
about it, and
law.
I've said it before, you can't have a meaningful relationship if
Hmm.
you keep putting yourself through the same thing. If you went through something one time before and you set yourself for the same okey doke the next time, then that's what you want. So guess what? The reason why you can't find real love is because there's something about yourself that you need to change because you keep attracting the same people.
Thing. Yep, I highly agree. But like I said, people just do because they just people act on emotions and not logic and not thinking. Thinking is not in to, you know, not saying they're not incapable of it, but people just be so wrapped up in shit, and people need certain validation and they want this and that, and they feel like some people are willing to sacrifice themselves and who they are as a person to be with somebody they love.
Well,
You know,
but
it's love is love is very fickle. It's a fickle thing, and it's like it's unpredictable because you don't. It can make you do things that you not ever used to doing. I'm a victim of that myself. But it takes a person also to realize, like, hey, I'm doing wrong with myself. There's something I need to work on myself. There's things I need to work on. And I feel like once people realize and are self-aware of what they're doing, because some people are really not self-aware of what they're doing and what they're putting themselves through. They're just like, it's whatever. It's that person. It's not me. So you have to you have to accept that there's things in your fucking shit that you need to fix about yourself and who you are before you can think about going into another relationship. And I had to realize that. I had to become self-aware. I had to really realize that, like, yeah, I'm fucked up, man, and I need help, which is why I'm in therapy now. And I do a lot of things for my for self-help, and to get my mental in the place that it needs to be at, and how I feel about myself. You know, I've had low self-esteem, stuff like that, low confidence, and it's because of things I went through as a child, of the shit I've been through, you know, going through the foster care system, and basically fending for myself, and having family right there and nobody helping me, and you know what I'm saying. And those type of things add up. But you have to be willing to fix those things. Some people aren't. Some people just aren't ready to fix their trauma or fix anything about themselves because they blame the other person and they become the victim. And that's it. It's them. It's not me. It's them. There's nothing wrong with me.
like I said,
And when people,
oh, go ahead.
when people, when people do that, then there's really nothing you can do until they realize that they're the common denominator, and there's some things you have to fix for yourself. Nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying, but you have to be self-aware and want to fix yourself and want to and realize that you have issues too that you need, and maybe the traumas and issues that you have is affecting who you choose as a partner or as a friend. That's why I say in the very beginning, a trauma bonding can be very dangerous in that aspect. Because people would jump in relationships just because of the hardships they went through together, but they haven't fixed themselves. So it's just like negative energy bouncing off each other, and some people don't even realize it.
So what about this? What about the opposite? So let's just say, there's a reason why I got this topic. I actually have a friend, and actually met this friend before. I don't think none of y'all had met this particular friend, and it's like we hang with one another and we enjoy each other's company, but we know for a fact that we're not good for one another. But we enjoy each other company and we kind of like build each other up type of mess. I haven't hang with this person for a minute. I had to cut them off, but this person would constantly put themselves in like tough situations. Like they'll do. Actually, I'll tell you like one of these tough situations. This person, I pull up to this person's house one day, and we used to like drink all the time. So we drink, but we didn't do like little drinking. We did like heavy drinking. We drank to the point where we'll pass out and wake up the next morning. But
Big drink.
yeah, but this didn't happen that day. I roll up over there, and the person had like some fake money on the counter, and this person legit told me like, hey, I might actually ball up the money and take it to the gas station and see what I can do with it. Now I'm like, oh man, that's a federal charge if you get caught. Straight up telling them the consequences of their actions if they get caught. The person like, no, I'm just joking, knowing damn well that they weren't joking type thing. But this is not just like one incident. This like one out of many incidents. It just hood rat mentality. And literally, I really thought like, hey, I'm honestly just chilling with this person because our kids around the same age group type shit. And I could tell the person like, hey, you should be doing this, and that. But they're a grown person. I shouldn't have to tell them the stuff, or they should know better type of thing. But I'm not gonna judge them. They're a friend.
Yeah.
I'm trying to point them towards the right direction, or if they doing something wrong, I'm gonna tell them like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that type of thing. But they're a grown person. They're gonna do what the hell they want to do. And honestly, and I believe I had to cut the person off because number one, I can't drink the same way like that no more. And number two, I just feel like they're going down a dark ass path.
Well, that's my friend is called growth too. Man, it's like, hey, some people are not going to be there for your whole journey, your whole life journey. Some people are there for a season, and once you outgrow them, like, yeah, just gotta move on.
Yeah, cause I'm like, damn, we used to be cool, we used to do this and that. Like, damn, I wonder why we stopped hanging with one another. And then, you kind of see the red flags. Go ahead.
I had an old friend that's like that. I met like random. And he was like, yeah, what's up, man? I wonder why we don't like, we don't hang out anymore. We used to be mad cool and stuff like that. He's like, I ain't got nothing against you, but I felt like I've grown to a point where you're no longer, you're no longer acceptable to be in my circle because you're still the same person that you were as then. I've grown from that. I can't keep doing that stupid shit. Main example, like, a couple of years back, I went to visit New York, And niggas I grew up with, the dumb shit we did as kids, them niggas is still doing as grown adults. And it's like, yeah, like yo, we can't be friends no more. Yo, you are still the same nigga that was when we were 11 and 12 and 10 and shit. Like you still doing the same shit, and you in your 30s, bro. Like, come on. There has to come.
One,
There comes a time where people need to grow up, and some people just don't grow up. And it's okay. Nothing against them, but you can't have that. You know who you are, and you can't have that type of negativity in your life, especially if it's a detriment to you.
Yeah. But what about
Just
like this?
because,
Sometimes you kind of
yeah,
see the person, grow a little bit. So you kind of go
mhm.
back and give them a chance. But then, the red flags start kicking back in. They start doing the same shit that they were doing before. So you kind of distance yourself again. And then you come back,
Mhm.
you like, okay, I see you growing. I see you did this, and that for yourself. And you stop doing this. And you start hanging with them again. And then, like I said, start to seep on in. And then you just start to realize, like, hey, it don't matter what they do or if they
Yeah.
approve on it. It's in their
Well,
character.
yeah,
I was getting ready to say that's not true. When you say that you see them growing, but they revert back to their old ways, well, that's not
it
true
ain't.
growth.
Yeah, that's what
Because
I was about to say that.
true growth will get you out of the things that you used to do
To do
and help you
exactly.
see something differently. Makes you look at a new aspect and leaf on life, a lease on life. So at that point, when a person keeps going back to the same thing and reverting back to their same ways,
They never
that's
move
not
forward.
growth. They're
Yeah,
not growing.
yep.
That's no such thing as that. You can't
Door.
grow and then revert back. I've never seen anything where you grow and then you just revert back into your old ways and say, "Oh, well, I've grown and I changed." And one thing I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I'm not gonna, I don't change. I don't change. I'm the same person that I." Well, you're a liar because as you get older, there's everything that's gonna change about you. Your mindset, the way you think about things, the way you approach things. You're not gonna approach the same thing as you did when you were 13, 14, 15 years old. As an adult in your late 20s, early 30s, going into your 40s, you're not gonna approach the same situations the same. So everybody grows, but how much of your growth how much did you learn as you grew? Because you're gonna get older. Everybody's gonna get older. 'Cause you got this little Benjamin Button thing, but but everybody's gonna grow. Everybody's gonna get older. And the older you are, the wiser you should become. But if you don't gain any knowledge throughout the time of you growing, or you haven't put yourself to the point where I'll say every 5 years, there should be something that you just grow upon and just flourish at, or you get better at. And I always say five. Some people say every year, but I say 5 years because that gives you the time. In those 5 years, I think that gives you time to learn yourself fully. Because at 15, I was this. Now I'm at 20, I'm this. I've learned from 15 to 20 what I'm capable of, what I expect out of life at that point in time, what you're trying to expect out of life, and what I expect of people. Same way when you turn 25. Well, I dealt with this in 20. I'm not dealing with this at 25. I'm looking for this. I'm looking at that. I want to grow on this. I want this to grow. It's so much that you got to take an account of. And one thing that I don't like when people like that, like you got Kwame, accountability. They don't know what accountability is. They don't know what accountability is. Accountability is owning up to your shit, and that is in layman's terms. Owning up to what you do, owning up and accepting what you did, understanding whether it was right or wrong, and trying to correct it. Not justify why you were right and wrong, but understand why you were right and wrong and grow from that. Justification and accountability are two different things, but people try to put those two things together. Because I can justify why I'm right all day long, but you know I'm wrong. Accountability is realizing that I was wrong, acknowledging I was wrong, and telling you, yo, you were right, I was wrong. Let me grow. Let me proceed to grow and get better so I don't make the same mistakes. People get those two things mixed up a lot. Accountability is owning up to your shit and not trying to justify your shit. A lot of people may not like it. And what I say, I'm not perfect. I don't know all the answers. I don't claim to know all the answers. But what I can say is, and I tell y'all all the time, if I see you fucking up, you know I'm on your neck. You know I'm coming for you. You know I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong. And I expect the same. That's what a friendship is. I expect you to hold me to the same standards that I'm gonna hold you to. And if you can't, and the same thing in a relationship, you should hold that person to the standard of what they hold for you, and vice versa. If
Yep.
that can't be done, if that cannot be done, you're gonna have to reanalyze the whole situation of what you're going through, and whether you want to continue to go down this whole circle. Because I've seen it where people do the same thing over and over, over and over, and never understanding what went wrong because there's no growth and there's no accountability. There's no thinking.
100% agree. 100%
There's just a
agree.
lot of doing just to do it, just to say that you've done it and not understand why you're doing it.
That's another big thing too. Like you said, people do stuff just to say they do it, but like if you don't understand why you're doing a thing and what you're doing it for, then whatever you're learning is not gonna change you
Not gonna
as a
stick.
person. Yeah, it's not gonna stick. So yeah, I totally agree with what you feel on that. Definitely do.
I'm gonna go back to a red flag, Kwame. I tell people one of my red. I tell people I want one of my red. One big red flag that I have when it comes to either relationships, friendships, all that. If you know me very well, like some people say they do, if you know me, you know I can look at you. I can just look at a person and I can tell whether you're going to be good for me or not. I can just look at you. That's just something that I have. I know who to stay away from and who to keep in my life. If you have potential to get better, I'll entertain you. If you don't show me anything or I don't feel anything from it, I am going to be very standoffish. I'm gonna let you have your fun. I'm gonna let you do what you do, but you will never see me really too much get involved with you. It took me. It took me in my, I'll say, around 23,
23.
where I learned. 23 years of age. I am now 35 years old. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see that. I learned at 23 that I had a friend that don't mean me no good. And when I mean didn't mean me any good, you truly didn't mean me any good. I could be underneath you, or we could be on par. But if I started to exceed, jealousy and your true nature shows. And I said, oh, well, damn, we've been friends 22 years. We've always been even and on par. But now that I'm branching off and starting to get a little bit better, I'm starting to see an envious side of you. Red flag. I can't stand jealousy. That's a big red flag for me.
Well, damn,
I
Phil. If you
hate
gonna tell me about myself, man,
Kwame.
you
I've
had
known
this.
you for nigga, boy. I done known you 30 something years. You better somewhere.
I
30
think he was talking
years.
about me. I think he was
Jordan, I just
talking
met
about
you
me.
2 years ago. Gonna cut that out too.
Yeah. It's okay, Phil. You hate me. It's all
The
good.
Yeah.
crazy thing
It's okay.
about
It's
this
okay,
is,
Phil.
the crazy thing about this is, Kwame and AQ are the longest term friends that I've had from back when I was a child that I'm still friends with now. And we all grew up together and we had a lot of friends in our circle.
Yeah.
Those are the only two 30 years that have still been there. Everybody else just dwindles. And when I say dwindle, we don't have the same outlook on life right now. Maybe their outlook is different from mine, and we're going about our different ways to get to a goal that we're trying to achieve. And then there's just some people where, like I said, you didn't really mean any good. I had to figure that out because, like I said, when you're so deep into a friendship and you don't see those things, but there are always red flags. And I always saw those red flags. But like y'all say, you know somebody so long, you kind of look over there like, that's I can deal with.
Yeah.
But when it comes to when as you get older, that's as a child when I was seeing those things. But as we got older, I'm like, all right, okay, now we're not the same people that we were when we were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. You got to realize that some people are just going to have a better life than others. But your life and your perspective makes how you feel about your life as well. So you may not have all the money in the world, but I've seen people who don't have all the money in the world live the most happiest of lives because they're in tune with themselves and they love themselves enough to know, hey, I'm okay not being a billionaire or millionaire. I have the most simplest things in life that make me happy. And then you have those people who do grow and be these big entrepreneurs, these have multi-million-dollar businesses. And I seem to see that those people be the ones that hate themselves the most because they're not in tune with themselves and they don't love themselves enough. I had to realize at 23 that a friend that I had known for over 20 years did not mean me any good. And it was one simple thing that happened, and it wasn't nothing big. Nothing big. I remember getting a call from the job, and I had it on speaker. And the first thing he was like, "Well, Phil, you've done so well. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give you a raise. We'll give you a $2 raise. $2." The person I was in the car with, you thought that man said he was about to give me his business and I was gonna run it. The envy that came from that. And I was like, okay, cool. I started noticing you start treating me different. You start doing little things, or the main thing that I hate that they do, the one-upsmanship. I can't stand when somebody try to one-up me. Because it's not a competition to me. My life is not a competition. I'm not competing with another person in life. You already got to compete with yourself, and everything that you got going on. I'm not about to compete with someone else. You got to compete with the outside world and what people perceive you to be, and what things are going on in the outside world that already is going to affect you. You think I got time to sit here and be in competition with somebody I'm thinking that's my friend or another human being? Negative. Life ain't a competition. Life is not a competition. Everybody has their own way, their own goals, and they're going to have their own paths they need to take. And it's the same with a relationship. It's different paths that one will take to reach the ultimate goal and what they see. And if your goal is not on par with the person that you're with, you better reanalyze that. If your goals are not the same to get to that path as a friend, you need to reanalyze that. Yes, we're going to all have different paths and different ways to get there. The object is that same goal: to be a better person, to better your life, to grow, to understand, and have wisdom outside of this world that you can pass on to other people. If you not that type of person, if you don't have that type of outlook on life, then I have got to let you go. Because you're not gonna better me, and I can't better you because we're on two different pages.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the back of the book. You still looking at the damn author. You still looking at the front page with the damn author trying to read what they're saying. They're epilogue to the whole thing. I'm trying to go ahead and be steps ahead. You still trying to be you're still back there trying to figure out your first step. I can't do that. I can't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, just like you bring up you brought up some really good points that I agree with and stuff, especially with the whole so I mean, Phil, Gator, Kwame, about my recent situation
Mm-hmm.
with my ex and everything and all the bullshit I had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, I hold y'all, y'all will always be my friends, and y'all, be like family. Y'all like brothers to me and shit. But when I tell you, Gator and Phil, Let Me Have It. There's a couple of months ago,
I
wasn't it,
believe it.
Phil? Was it back in November? Back in
Oh,
November,
you,
Gator
you,
and Phil,
you call that letting you have it? You ain't
Let
seen
Me
nothing
Have It.
yet. That ain't letting you have it.
But
We t- at the I get when we said we gonna let somebody have it. I get that, and we say that a lot. I'm now at the point. I'm gonna be real with everybody, and I'm saying it right here. I'm now at the point where no, I'm not gonna let you have it anymore. Not verbally while I'm getting in your ass. I'm gonna let you have it because that's what you wanted, and I'm gonna wait till you see whether it's wrong. And if you don't see that it's wrong, and you don't need to change it, I'm never gonna intervene. I'm now at the point in life where I'm going to allow people to do exactly what it is they want to do, whether it hurts you or not. I'm going to let you do exactly what you want to do in life. Now, advice, I will always be a listening ear. I will always want to give you that advice. But to sit here and tell a grown person that you know that's wrong when you know it's wrong, I ain't doing that no more. That's out of the question. We're too old for this. People in general are too old for this. And this is what I'm talking about with growth.
yeah,
You can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again and expect pity. Some people expect a pity party. I'm not giving you a pity party because
or expect
you
different
allowed these
results
actions.
too.
It's not
Yep.
going to change. And as much as I laugh at that cartoon, The Boondocks, Mr. Onceler was right. People don't stop doing things because it's wrong. They keep doing it until it turns out right. And that never is the case. Because if it's wrong, it's wrong. And
Yeah.
if you're not intelligent enough to see that it's wrong, I'm gonna let you go right ahead and keep doing that. I'm gonna let you keep right. You'll hang yourself enough until your neck finally breaks. And at that point, when that neck finally breaks, I would hope you understood why it went wrong and what steps you need to take to make it right. I am not in the business, and I'm not saying this because I'm not a terrible person. I ain't no bad friend, but I'm not in the business anymore of keep hovering over people like I'm someone's father. I don't have any children, and I'm not about to take on the responsibility of a grown individual and make them my child either. I'm not going to be sitting you down every single time telling you when you're wrong. You know when it's wrong. You're old enough to know it's a difference if you were 5, 4, and even at that age, you still know right from wrong.
Yeah.
It's time for growth. It's time for
Yep.
accountability, and it's time to start making yourself better. If you do not want to do those things, please let me know now. I will cut you off today. And we will not, and ain't going to be no love lost, and I ain't going to hate you. But if
Well,
you don't
damn.
want to do that today, if you don't want that, and you tell me that today, that's not what you want, you don't want to make yourself better, I am cutting you off because now I can go and focus on something more important. Like me, getting myself together because I'm not all the way together. I'm not all the way put. I have scars. I have turmoil. I have things that I got to work out. I'll be damned if I sit here and keep trying to work everybody else's problems out and not worry about myself at some point in time. I can be there for people all that I can be. But you got to want to change and you got to want to make yourself better for I can intervene and keep helping. I'm not going to keep doing the same things that I've been doing. It is 2025. There are more serious things at hand that you got to worry about. If you don't feel the need to get yourself together, make yourself better, or try or put an effort to it, if I can't see it, I will cut you off. Because you don't want anything out of life.
Hmm.
You want the same thing. You want the same exact thing to keep happening to you. And I can watch a show and watch reruns as much as the next person, but after a while a rerun will start to dry. And you're gonna want something new. Now, am I right or wrong? Am I? Because I don't see why. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you gonna sit here and keep looking at the same thing over and over? Keep dealing with the same thing over and over, knowing it's not right, and putting people who love you and people who trust in you, you're gonna keep putting them through the same thing? Because at that point, it's not fair to them.
Yep. It's not.
That's selfish as hell. For you to keep doing the same things and expect people to keep being there for you. And keep dealing with the same shit that you were doing 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Oh Lord.
That means you don't have no love for that person. So I would hate for anyone to try to don't put me in that position. I hate to have to be put in that position. I have a whole new outlook on life right now. And that is focusing on me getting better, making sure that I am good, and I will make sure my peoples are good too. Ain't not one time people couldn't come to me and I didn't help. But I gotta see you want to help yourself too. It's fine time. It's done with me holding hands. I'm not holding hands anymore. I am going to make sure you have accountability. Be accountable for yourself. Help along the way. I don't mind. But let's have that accountability and let's get better. Because we too old. Before you know it, we be 50. Oh God.
Over the hill.
You know, one thing I learned though, I've always said this since high school. Well, not since high school, but after high school. A lot of people don't grow up past the age of high school, so they are stuck in that. It's like that high school or high school complex. You see it all the time too with people. If you sit back and notice it, it's really sad.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people peak at certain ages and they're not willing to go further in life or whatever because they feel that was the apex of their life, and so they be stuck there.
No, definitely.
Because things happen, things happen to people, especially like in life, life is, a double-edged sword. Like it could be good one minute and everything could come crashing down. But everything can come crashing down, and you have to be able to examine, like, hey, this is not going where it needs to be going, and I need to change. I need to do stuff for myself, things of that nature. I feel like when it comes to, I feel like this is also a big thing. I feel like social media really be telling niggas how to live, bro. I feel like a lot of people in life be on autopilot. They let statuses, bro. I'm telling you, they let statuses and shit on YouTube, and these like so-called coaches on relationships and stuff, and these niggas that be giving advice be single as fuck. They not even in a relationship or married, but they telling everybody how it is, and then everybody listens. And then, like I said, people just be on autopilot. Nobody thinks for themselves. Have you noticed, like, in our society, that critical thinking is no longer something people have anymore?
Yeah.
People don't think for themselves anymore because they got the internet. They got the people on the internet to think for them. So it's, if I do it this way, if I listen to this person, I should be okay because they so. But I'm not thinking for myself. You know what I'm saying? Just like when it comes to experiences, that's one big thing too. People would take another person's experiences and make it their own. Like shit, that shit didn't happen to you. So what are you talking about? Yeah, just because it happened to somebody else, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to people, but it's not your experience to put and say, oh well, this happens and this happens. It's not your experience. It said you never experienced that.
Rappers do that.
And a lot of people make the experience of others their experiences, so they could feel like they have something to say on a subject they know nothing about and never experienced.
This new age bullshit. Why?
It ain't even new age bullshit. This is
It's
something
really
that has
not.
been going on all along.
Yeah,
It's
and
something that's been going on
it's
all
a lot
along.
of people. It's a lot of people in our age bracket doing that shit.
What I tell you?
So,
Sorry. One thing I can't do and will not do, I'm not living for anybody. I have my, as I said, there's my own path, my own goal that I'm going to achieve. I am
Yep.
not going to live vicariously through anybody. I'm going to live my life. I am going to do what I need to do to make myself better, but I will not be living through anybody else. I will congratulate whenever it is due. But you don't have to worry about me living through you or trying to live your life. Because what makes you pissed don't make me shit. So at the end of the day, please live your life, live your own life, take care of you. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everybody is bound to be good at something or have something they can be proud of. You don't have to live through nobody. You don't have to
Yep.
listen to anyone when it comes to what they're going through in their life. If they want to share that, then that's fine. But you don't have to make their life your life. I don't understand how can you go through life trying to live through somebody else? Because that means you're not living for yourself.
That's exactly and Phil, that's exactly the point of some people. Some people don't want to live for themselves. They want to live through vicariously through other people because they feel like they have to have the need to relate to certain things. It's like, oh, I can't speak on this if I don't relate to it. So, but this person I know has experienced it, so I'm gonna say like that's my experience as well, so that I can have a say or relate to things of that nature. And that's fucking toxic. And I know people that do that shit, literally do that shit. Like, don't think for themselves. Just let what they see on the internet or social media dictate how they live their lives or how they think about people in general. Just like you got people that hate men. You have people that hate women, hate things just because other people hate them. There's no reason why. It's just like, big example, the gaming community. Everybody gotta hate. Everybody hates something just because people hate it. Just like the Assassin's Creed game or whatever that's coming out. It ain't even come out yet, and everybody hates it because everybody hates it. You know, it's a trend. Even in the anime community, it's like a trend to hate something because they want to be so-called different.
My daughter hates.
They don't like popular stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't like certain anime or certain things.
Oh my God, come on.
But she don't like Drake because of social media, man. You never listen to that man music like that.
And right now, she's her own person. She's her own person. She's gonna make her own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where you come into play. Say, hey, why don't you like this person exactly? What is it that he's done to you or said that you disagree with and that you just don't like? And a lot of people, and I say don't like and dislike because I don't like to use the word hate. That is such a strong word. Now, there's some things I will say I hate. Yes, like I said earlier, jealousy. I hate jealousy. I hate that. But hate is a strong word, and that word you have got to have developed some strong feelings to use the word hate. Can she say why she hates it? Have you asked her?
She don't really hate him. She just like him. I don't like
She don't like him. Has she told you why?
No.
Well, then you're right. Like you said, it's a social media thing.
It's the social media thing.
Is he on social media though?
Who cares?
You don't have to be on social media. You can. Hey, you don't have to have a look. You don't have to have a TikTok to look at. I'm just saying. I can send you something right now. You don't have a TikTok, and it's gonna. You will be able to see it. Still. You don't have to have it not to see it. It's all around. It's crazy. It's crazy how social.
And if you don't find it yourself, somebody you know gonna show it to you. Somebody gonna expose you to it if you don't expose yourself to it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's why you be very mind. That's all I would say. I want some people to look and just be very mindful what your kids are doing sometimes. You don't know how who is influencing.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Other remarks.
You said what?
Oh, I mean, I do have like another remark, like, as far as everything, like, I feel like, especially the stuff, like, you know, I've recently been through, like, you know, I've literally, like, had a new outtake on my life, and, like, you know, I'm been working on fixing myself, because I realize there's a whole bunch of stuff, especially, like, when we're talking about, you remember earlier you were talking about, you know, somebody pushing you to the point where you go out of character, something you never done,
Yeah.
you know, and that happened. And when that happened, you know, the situation that happened that just threw me out of character, something I've never done.
Yes.
I got close to, you know, killing somebody,
Oh shit.
and at that point in time, I realized, like, yeah, I need help. There's some things about me that I need to fix, especially with my anger. I have a lot of tolerance and patience with stuff, but once I blow my top, that's it. I black out and, yo, shit, yeah, I just wreak havoc on that point. And, you know, ever since then, September, you know, like I said, I've been doing, going to therapy, and that's been helping a whole lot. And, you know, just working on being a better person, to be a better version of myself every day. Because I don't want to be a person that makes the same mistakes over and over again. I don't want to be a person that just, you know, keeps doing the same shit and expecting different results. Because that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's insane. Definition of insanity.
I had eventually, you know, it sucks that I had to learn things the hard way, but
Once you learn
important things that I've learned it, and, you know, I'm moving forward on that aspect.
okay.
And the past couple of, I would say, months, I've been a lot more happier, have a different outlook on life, and I'm just doing better. I've been doing better for myself, and, you know, I'm just like, you know, I'm just improving. I'm just living my life, and, you know, I'm not letting nobody get in the way of what I got planned for myself. So.
Are those plans a cotton field?
What?
Bro, chill. You gotta let that go, bro. You gotta let that go, bro. You gotta let that go, man.
You know, some things I will let go, but, you know, this is
Yo,
this is how I'm gonna
nigga,
know you forever.
you don't let go nothing I say, nigga. You've been, you know how I know this nigga Jordan been coming at me this whole podcast, the whole duration of this podcast.
Damn.
Because
that
I
we done
want
had.
better for you. Nah, because I want better for you. That's
right.
why I come
Accountability.
Yeah.
Bro, you been coming at me for the craziest stuff. You just be coming at me. Been coming at me, bro. Every
you be
chance
saying
you
some
get.
wild stuff, no lie. No lie. You make it easy. I said you be saying some wild off the wall stuff, so I be like, hey, I gotta let him have it sometimes.
And be the main one be saying the completely
Oh
off
yeah,
the
him
wall
too,
stuff.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Hey,
You know what?
No, what? Wait, what? What I do?
Hey, you always be saying some off the wall stuff in the pod.
Okay.
You sound okay. It's not okay. It's not okay.
Look, if the man likes feet, he likes feet. So leave him alone. There's nothing wrong with that.
But the man don't like feet.
Ugh.
Hey,
That's what you think. He ain't saying nothing. He's quiet.
All right, I don't know what to say to that, bro. Cause I'm sitting here just trying to beat this bitch ass dude on this game.
No,
Right.
you still didn't answer my question I asked a long time ago, man. You remember in the thing, like, hey, you, as a spouse, if you ever get married, you would
Oh God.
You would
I know where this
what's
is
the
going.
question?
the question basically Ant said when he get married he would actually would eat ass to his spouse.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
Hey, that-
Yo, what the
I'll be
fuck?
honest.
and
That
Mike-
is not what I thought was going, but okay.
and vice versa, he'll let his spouse eat his ass.
Yo,
So
I said, yeah, I said it when we get married, yeah, bro.
So the thing is,
There should be no limitations during sex, though.
See, here's the
Your
thing.
spouse.
You been married, so I just want to know if you went through it.
No.
Who, me?
I
Who,
think
me?
I think you lying.
Jordan?
What you? Nah, I'm trying to figure out who you talking to.
I'm talking to
asking
you
me the
now. Yeah, I'm asking you the question
question?
now.
Oh,
Yeah, he
you
did
talking
it.
about? Oh, if my wife want to eat my ass? No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
What's wrong with it, though? I
I'm good.
mean, look, it should be no sexual limitations with your
That's your that's
You're right.
you and your
You're
preference.
right.
But your
Exactly.
preferences don't have to be.
Oh, I ain't trying to
pushed
encourage
upon.
nobody.
No, I'm not saying that you are, but just know that just because you don't see it's a problem, some people may not say it's a problem, but they're not comfortable with that.
For
So
sure.
if
That's facts.
So it's not that it's 2025. Like you say, people do nasty shit.
Booty
But
tastes
it's
like groceries.
Oh gosh.
Eat
But
the fuck out. I'll eat the fuck out that monkey.
We ain't talking
Hey, he
about.
said what he
okay.
said.
We talking about the chocolate donut.
Okay.
The icing is.
I gotta make sure. I make sure the booty clean
That
first.
chocolate, that chocolate starfish.
That chocolate. That icing is
Oh,
around.
Now, what Ruckus has said, that chocolate tunnel hole. Wow. Disgusting.
Eat that booty like groceries, bro.
That's your preference. That's between you
And that's
and
what she
whoever
like.
you with.
Exactly. If you like what you like between you and that person you want to be with. You know, it's all good.
That man had
You
a
know,
bill.
who am I to say?
A bill.
That
Hey,
man had a
Kwame, cut it
bill,
out.
bro.
All right, Kwame. All right, we know Kwame a outside of what the fuck he be talking about. Though. That nigga just don't talk
If
about
you
shit.
want to eat ass on the regular, that's between him, you know, him and my wife. That's what you gotta do.
Kwame's a eater, dog.
I ain't no
He-
eater.
If that
I
makes
know
you
he is.
satisfied, that makes me
I know he a
satisfied.
eater.
I ain't no eater.
Kwame be eating. Is this what he talking about?
Yeah.
That boy be eating booty, dog. That's why he used to come to. That's why he come to college with them big booty shirts. Cause you was telling everybody that's what you eat.
Back then,
You said, see?
back
Now you
then,
trying to get on my ass. So you out here telling people that.
people didn't eat stuff like that back then. And
That man had a shirt with a booty on it,
It
and it had a
was.
spoon and a fork on each side.
nah, it was certain mix of like that man had turned records in his fingertips. He was turning the tables. He scratching.
My anaconda don't want none unless
He
you
was-
got buns.
He
honey.
wasn't turning no tables. He was prepping the table to eat that ass.
See,
Baby got back, bro.
yeah, I never forget that. Like how Jordan don't be forgetting Kevin. Be going off. In
Bro,
the party.
Jordan be on my ass, bro. I don't know what I did to this man.
That's right.
This
Hey,
man
you
be
know what?
on my ass, dog.
He been doing a lot better though. He been doing a lot better. He been showing up to the podcast. He be here on time. So you know I can't be saying nothing. You know he be here. So he doing well.
Man, don't
I'm
backtrack
proud
on that
of him.
motherfucker.
No, I'm still gonna let him have it for wanting to be out in the cotton fields picking cotton.
Yeah.
Bro, chill. You gotta let that shit go, nigga. I was like, bro, I was a 7, nigga.
He's like,
Hey,
man,
my
that
wife
was
was right
funny.
here. She looked at me crazy when I said it. Yeah, he said he had fun picking cotton out there in the cotton field. He said he was 7 years old.
It wasn't for the white man. My family had that shit in
Jordan
crop farm, man.
You won't let
It wasn't for the white man. My family had a sharecrop farming, and that's what they did.
Oh,
They
his family had a
picked
sharecrop farm.
vegetables. Yeah, they picked vegetables, they picked cotton, and killed livestock, slaughtered livestock.
Okay, when you
for
tell
meat
the
and stuff.
from now on, when you tell the story, just leave out the part where you pick cotton.
Hey, Kevin, low key, them people were bad for your spirit,
Huh?
dog.
Why?
Because they had you out there picking cotton.
Yeah?
for a
Bro,
little
they had
bit. It
you
wasn't like I was
fucking
like out there
cotton.
all day. I did a little bit, and that was it.
They shouldn't
Most of
let
the
you
time,
do
I
it
Why
at
are you
did.
trying to
all.
justify? Why are you trying to justify
What's
it?
up?
Why are you trying to justify picking cotton? This is over. You over here justify picking. He was
But
like,
it's
yeah,
nothing wrong.
I was only picking
I was
cotton for
picking
a
it for
little
my
bit.
family, nigga. Damn. I gotta let that
Yo,
shit go, bro. My great grandma had a family, had a sharecrop thing, and that's what was on the farm. They had a field with cotton. They had corn. They had grow watermelons, peaches, and a whole bunch of livestock: cows, horses, pigs, chickens,
Chickens.
all that shit.
Chicken.
Like 5 acres of land with stuff. Apparently, my like great it was a land, but the my great cousin's kids end up selling the land, which is dumb. Everybody was kind of upset about that, but it was passed down basically from like slavery. It's what my family inherited. At least my great grandmother's family inherited when they got freed from slaves.
I gotta pick up Zobo.
And then get that half an acre and a mule. They got the whole fucking farm.
Yeah, they got 5 acres of it. It was I forgot how big the actual plantation was, but they got 5 acres of it to themselves.
That's just,
But
don't
yeah,
don't
I
get
did
me
pick.
out for
I, yeah, I used to sit in. I know it was like a little peach tree in
Kevin out
front of
here
the house.
being a statistic, bro.
That's not a statistic, nigga. What are you talking about?
Picking that goddamn cut.
Man, this bitch ass frog.
Hey, bro,
Hey,
that frog a
man.
bitch ass nigga, bro. I swear to God, bro.
I gotta let that go.
It's gonna
bro.
it's gonna get worse, bro. It's only gonna get worse. I'm just letting you know that shit now.
Nah, but you know how basically the main question was, how do you know about toxic relationships or friendships, all that stuff,
Nah.
and what
Somebody's
about
bad for
and I
your
was gonna
spirit.
say,
Go ahead.
oh, who's bad for his spirit? That's right, bad for his spirit. You know how I know Kevin's not bad for my spirit because he can take jokes, and I just want what's best for him. That's the only reason why I make fun of him. That's the only
That's a
reason.
lie.
That's a
lying,
lie. What? I'm
lying.
lying.
That man
Nah,
praying
don't
on your
believe
downfall.
the man that likes to eat ass.
That man praying for
on
you.
your downfall.
Yeah, he praying for your downfall.
Ooh, that's
That man
cold.
wants
Right,
you to
no,
eat
I don't
shit
do
and die, bro.
that. Ooh, that's
And
some cold blooded
you
words
know,
right
and
there.
you my dog, anything, but I can't listen to nobody that got doodle on their breath because they be eating ass.
You right?
You got doodle. You got doodle on your breath, dog.
and I can see it too. Come here, kiss me.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro.
Man got a mustache that ain't even his. Where'd you get that mustache?
Shit, I got it from somewhere.
Here I was just trying to make peace,
Probably
and
from
y'all
eating all
want
that ass, my girl ass, probably.
That man got the doodle breath.
All right. Who want to close the topic?
I got you, bro.
Shit. Are you gonna close it? All right.
I'm gonna start off with a quote.
Oh, this man about to close with a quote. Oh, you about to be professional. Oh, yeah.
Y'all ready for this shit?
Yo!
Man who eat ass live forever.
Oh, you ruined the shit, man. Damn.
Yeah, you really did.
I thought this man about to quote the Bible or some shit. Man, get the fuck up out of here. Kevin, close the damn topic.
I'm not gonna close it with no quote or anything, but it's like a lot of stuff that me and Phil said and stuff like that. Everybody said, you have to realize for yourself what you want for yourself in order to realize that people are bad for you. You have to have that self-awareness. You have to have accountability for yourself and the things that you do wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if you truly want to grow, sometimes it's okay to kick people out your life that's not on the same path or same level as you. It's okay.
It's okay.
Some people are not gonna grow with you. Some people are not gonna be lifelong friends. They're there for a season or for a while, and then you outgrow them, and that's okay.
That's okay.
You got to figure out if you want your life to be great. And like Phil said, like, some people are gonna work harder than others, and yada yada yada. Some people gonna be rich, some people gonna always be poor or whatever. But wherever your situation is, find your peace, find your happiness, and don't let anybody destroy it. Don't let anybody live vicariously through yourself, and don't let anybody change who you are or your morals or your boundaries.
That's pretty decent.
Amen.
Just mhm.
Yeah. And eat ass. Yes, sir.
You ain't got me thinking, man. I low key want to close with a quote next time on our next episode. Our next episode. Damn it, I can't close with a quote. I got y'all. I'm gonna close with a quote on the next episode. Next episode I can't do it. I think
And
next
that man lying. He gonna
I ain't gonna forget.
botch the whole.
No, I ain't gonna botch it. Fuck you.
Dang.
I ain't gonna botch it. Oh, fuck you. I got this. The reason I can't do it in the next part because it's what top 5 Disney songs.
Because I love you, bro.
Ooh.
We went from a serious topic to a playful
Top
topic.
5?
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5?
Hey, shit, all that shit go hand in hand any fucking way.
I guess.
Cloudy Judgment and
Disney song.
knowing who to trust and shit like that. Sorry.
Alright.
You know wrong. This song be hitting.
Well, other than that, gentlemen, y'all have a good night. Prayers ready.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yeah. Next time I ain't gonna fuck it up like this time. I got everything situated.
Eat ass. A man who eat ass lives forever.
We ain't living forever. We going straight to the hospital. I have a dookie, bro.
Hey,
Doodle on your breath. That man gonna have that doodle on his breath.
Thank you for watching all the way through to the end of the video. We have more content for you all to explore, so please follow our other platforms at Real Gamers Speak on Spotify and Twitch.